There are growing concerns over a social media trend known as the Imbe Challenge, which appears to mock people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Many concerned persons have warned that the videos reinforce harmful stereotypes. This comes as calls continue for love, safety, respect, and inclusion for persons with disabilities. Former General Manager, Lagos State Office of Disability Affairs, Oluwa Damilari Ogundaro joins me on the news. It's good to have you join us. The dehumanizing trend, mocking people with disabilities on social media was brought to our attention. What does this mean for efforts, not just as a state, but a society at ensuring total inclusion?
Thank you very much. Media trends like this are very, they are, example, archetypes of how the society perceives persons with disability generally. Because if such a challenge were to have been put up about something different, let's say about fat people, for example, or about a gender biased issue, you would have quickly seen a stronger resistance. But because it's a more accepted perception of persons with disability, it's a thing of comic relief. That's why it was able to gain such a wide acceptance, and we quickly went viral on the social media, which is very wrong because it shows how society generally perceives people with disability. And a lot of things could have been contributed to this, some of which are cultural, some of which are also media enhanced. It would impress you to know that this is not new. Even if you look at our Nollywood, Nollywood has not done a very good a very good deal to the image and perception of people with disability generally. I'll take you back way back even the precursors to Nollywood, our film, where films like Karile by Baba Salade. There was this character, deaf, hard of hearing, who was portrayed as more or less like an imbecile. And even modern day, you still have one or two characters like Madam No Network.
Mr. Godaro, there has been a lot of effort to ensure that people do not treat people with disabilities differently. They are part of the society. They are not different from the next person to them. So the question is it that the level of awareness by the media, the NGO, civil society is not enough at this time, or people are really just taking issues like this with levity?
Well, like I said, it's a mix of both. There's been a lot of effort in recent times, but don't forget that social media really has no respect for any professionalism or ethical standards or what have you. So you can see these things getting through here and there, but largely it's still because it's still a reflection of the society, as it were. And I think also advocates of issues of disability also need to now start, being more, getting more social, getting into the social context of disability, because I think over time the emphasis has been on the poverty and the issue of empowerment, poverty alleviation, and all of that. But beyond poverty alleviation, beyond empowerment, people with disability are human too. They operate in every other space that we do as humans. Right. So if there is not that respect and that right perception, they will not be deemed fit. Like as it is there in context of a relationship, So it's not deemed that a person with disability can function in a normal, healthy human relationship, and that's what that that viral content is portraying. So I think for advocates of people inclusion and people with disability, I think we need to be more up and doing and start engaging the social contexts of disability and inclusion more.
I think this also brings up the issue of accountability, ensuring that those, especially those who jump on trends like this, even with the level of education and awareness out there, are brought to book. How do we ensure accountability, even from the side of the government, and especially those who take advantage of social media?
Well, to start with, more awareness need to be created. Uh, People with disability themselves need to be more up and doing. And then there needs to be a lot more engagement with policymakers to understand the contexts, the social context beyond the issue of disability and of poverty and economic empowerment. There's the social context. And then the service providers too needs to be more up and doing in ensuring, because there's been a lot of issue about cyberbullying, to which the service providers, the platforms, the social media platforms are being hold up to standard. And I think such also needs to now be extended to the issue of disability and social inclusion. A lot of times you want to post some things, and once some keywords are flagged, that content will not be allowed on that platform. I think such need to now be extended to the issue of social inclusion and persons with disability.
Former General Manager, Lagos State Office of Disability Affairs, Oluwadamilare Ugodairo, thank you for talking to us at this time.
Thank you for having me.
Well, that's it on TVC Media News. For more updates on the stories of monitoring.